Hello, my name is Stella. I'm talking to you today about my role here at Me Again. But first of all, let me give you a bit of background. In 2016, I went for my usual mammogram and I was actually called back to the breast clinic and diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was basically like a bomb going off. Which is a bit ironic because I actually worked at the time in Manchester. But just as the bomb in Manchester led to rejuvenation of that fabulous city, I think that's what breast cancer did for me. Breast cancer takes you along. It's kind of like a whirlwind. And from the minute you get your diagnosis, you are sucked into the clinical environment and everything happens very, very quickly. Your treatment starts extremely quickly. You don't have time to draw breath. I think the hardest thing for me was having to tell people that I actually had breast cancer and to put on a brave face. I had to go back to work the next day and I worked in a corporate office and go around and tell people what had happened. And everyone kept saying how brave I was. And I thought, no, actually, I'm not brave. I just have to go along with it because this is happening to me. I fully intended to go for surgery and return back to work in 2 weeks. How little did I know at that time how it was going to actually affect me, because I didn't actually return to work for over a year. I went through surgery, radiotherapy, dodged the chemo, which I'm quite glad about, but I suffered extremely badly from fatigue. And it was as if breast cancer had said to me, you were going too fast. You need to slow down, you need to stop, and you need to start taking time for yourself and be kind to yourself. And that's what I had to do. I was forced into doing it. Fortunately, I had a wonderful lady GP, and she took the responsibility of telling me when I was ready to go back to work. So with her help, bit by bit, I got better. So at that time, I was actually asked, would I take over the Wirral Breast Cancer Support Group, because the outgoing chairwoman had resigned and was finishing in the October. So I was quite excited about this because I wanted to make my breast cancer journey really matter. Debbie also mentioned that she had the idea of Me Again, and basically she wanted to help cancer patients too. She wanted somewhere for them to come so they could socialise, because you become quite isolated during treatment. And Debbie and I started putting Me Again together, organising it. Now, my background is actually a legal and compliance background, so I helped Debbie set up all the policies, all the behind the scene work, the paperwork, that type of thing, as Debbie absolutely hates paperwork. And then I agreed to run the coffee morning, and the coffee morning is actually held once a month. And the idea of it was to bring women together to socialise, to talk about their problems if they wish to, but not just to talk about cancer. It was to have good fun and enjoy themselves and have a break away from the medical world. The one thing I really wanted for the coffee morning was that it was to be a learning platform, and we thought about it together and we devised a list of programs where we would have a visiting speaker, and the speaker would talk about nutrition, self-care, anything like that, but it wasn't all geared at cancer. In fact, the word cancer is rarely mentioned because we didn't want the emphasis to be on that. We wanted people to learn things that would help them throughout the treatment, but to have fun too. In between those speakers, we have things like crafts, floristry, sugar craft, all sorts of things. So that was my baby. That was the thing that I started for Me Again. Well, the coffee morning started with about 6 people, and I went through all the anxiety of, will anyone turn up? Do they enjoy it? Am I doing the right thing? But it soon went from strength to strength, and now we have about 30 odd people. I do say to them, you know, if you're going to be late from a hospital appointment, that's fine. If you can't stay all the time, that's fine. But what is very nice to see is that a lot of the ladies make other friendships within the group as well, and get together outside of Me Again too. So that's absolutely great. And in turn, those ladies have given me great support too. I am fine now regarding the breast cancer. I'm now up to my 4th year, so 1 year to go before I'm finally discharged, and I'm absolutely fine. So when I look back, my life has changed so much, and I would say for the positive too. And I think the most positive is the relationship that Debbie and I have, and what we've been able to achieve with Me Again too, because I absolutely love it, and in turn I get the support back from ladies. I've had a couple of difficult life periods, and they have actually supported me just as much as I support them. And to see those ladies laughing, enjoying themselves, singing at Christmas, that type of thing, learning new things, absorbing information about things that can help them on their journey. Well, I absolutely love that. I also take part in patient research about sexuality after breast cancer. And again, that has been marvellous, and that has opened up another field to me. So it just shows you what happens when you have breast cancer. You feel as if that bomb's gone off, but just as Manchester rejuvenated yourself, I think so did I. I think for me it was stop and get off, the rat race, and start thinking about yourself. And when you think about yourself, you can then start to help others as well. You can't pour from an empty cup. And I think I was trying to do that before breast cancer, and breast cancer said to me, you can't carry on. So there are many, many positives, and that's what we want to bring to the ladies at Me Again. We want to give them the hope that one day they will become Me Again, albeit it might be a different Me Again, but they will have the support from us that they need, any signposting, whatever they need at that particular moment, we are here to give to them.